This video, we're going to be checking out the Monogram International Marvels Collector's Keyrings Series 8. We're, of course, going to be looking at an entire case and opening up every single one of these until we get ourselves an entire set. A good, robust level of character selection, I think, in this Series 8. The back of the package shows us exactly which figures we're going to be getting, consisting of Doctor Strange, Deathlock, we're going to be getting Baron Zemo, Iron Spider, Jessica Jones, Agent Carter, Quake, Maria Hill, Kingpin, and a couple of variations, one of which looking like it's going to be a Daredevil, and the other one possibly going to be another Kingpin. To check out more from the folks over at Monogram International, head over to www.monogramdirect.com. Looking forward to getting this wave, particularly the Iron Spider-Man, out of packaging. So let's get this going. We're going to need ourselves a knife. There's my knife right there. And let's go ahead and open up the first bag. Now, if you have a tough time finding these, you can check them out at your local comic book stores. You can also find these in some retail stores as well. I found these at even Toys R Us, Walmart's, Targets, and stuff all carry them. The Monogram stuff is very easy to come by. For starters, we have ourselves, whoops, not dropping her, we have Agent Carter, complete with a what appears to be a Tommy gun in hand. Agent Carter here decked out in her blue trench coat as well as her red hat. Looking very, very nice indeed. Now these are all figural key rings, so as the description goes, there's a little key ring on the top attached to the noodle, the noggin there, and you've got yourself the key ring at the top. They are, as mentioned in previous videos, very durable rubber material. I've still got a lot of my older Monogram stuff, and they've still held up the test of time. A good, substantial size figure. You really get your money's worth when it comes to these blind bag releases. So there's Agent Carter. We'll put her right over there. I don't think I can actually get her to stand. Let's open up bag number 2. I like this particular wave as well because you're getting not lesser known characters, but you're not getting like the tier A characters, not like the Iron Mans, the Captain Americas. You're getting some of the characters that you think to yourself, I always wish that there was like a Deathlock. Why couldn't there have been a Deathlock? Why couldn't there have been a Baron Zemo? Like, this is that kind of wave. The wave of some of the characters where you're like, wow, that's really cool that Monogram would have released those in a figural keyring. Continuing through, let's open up bag number 2 and giving us another Agent Carter with a slightly bent Tommy gun. Whoops, I keep dropping it. Agent Carter with yet another Tommy gun. Again, this one's a little on the bent side. I think this one here has held up a little bit better than this one right here. And we'll put these right over here. Let's open up bag number 3. And as we normally do, I'm going to keep trying to go through all of these until we hopefully get an entire set. And generally, if you get yourself like a case, for example, I've always noticed, and if you watch every one of these videos, these uncasings, I always manage to get an entire wave. So you don't have to go, like if you buy yourself an entire case, which, you know, I could recommend if you really love these Monogram pieces, you always, 9 times out of 10, I mean, there's yet to be a wave where I haven't gotten an entire series, entire set from a box. Next one we have is another Agent Carter. It's a shame that her Tommy gun is a little, again, a little on the warp side. It's just because it's such a thin piece of that rubber material that it, you know, it's obviously more prone to slightly warping. Let's see if we can get somebody else. Not that Agent Carter isn't good. Let's see if we can get some other ones going here as well. Well, we did. Pull this one out here. And the next one we have is Quake. Wearing some purple pants, what looks to be a leather jacket. Like the expression. Now, I love also too with the Monogram pieces that all their eyes have a slight Pac-Man shape to them. Now, she's not really all that happy because normally they would be a full circle. You can see that there's a slight brow to her eyes there. So she's not happy about something. She's going to kick some butt, so to speak. Like also that they put like little lines here just to show texture in the clothing, which is a nice little small touch. I like that. There's Quake. Okay, we'll put her right over there. Grabbing the next bag. If you guys also are new to Monogram International, Monogram Direct, You can head over to, well, this channel. This is what you're currently watching anyways, but after this video, you can check out my playlist. I've got tons of different Monogram International unboxings, so you can go back and check out some previous ones, some notable ones being some of the Gremlins, Suicide Squad, Batman v Superman with some really great waves, but got a ton of different monograms, so you can check those out. Next one we have is Maria Hill, wearing her S.H.I.E.L.D. outfit. They've even gone as far as to sculpt the little logo down below, the little S.H.I.E.L.D. logo in her belt. I don't know what it is. I really like their legs. Their legs are usually like points. I don't know why that, I just love that. I love the little pointed legs. The only downside to the Monogram stuff, if you've watched enough of this channel, you'll know that I collect a whole ton of these. The hard part is trying to decide which ones go on actual keyrings. Because, I mean, these are collector's keyrings. You could essentially still display them. And we've talked about this in previous videos as well, where if you got yourself like a board with like little pegs, you could hang, you know, these on a display. And I've gone to some comic book stores where like they've taken some of the loose figures and they've actually hung them on pegs. Like they've opened up a couple of these so that if you wanted to go and buy specific ones, you could do that as well. So that's a good way to display these also. But if you want to display them for actual key rings on a key, you know, with a series of keys, that's the tricky part. How do you choose out of all these good ones, which one will get the task of being the key master? No, not Ghostbusters, but you know what I mean. Next one we have is classic Doctor Strange, sporting his peaked cape as well as his red cape. His red cape down below, his peaked collar, I should have his cape. I like that there's a little yellow trim around the sides here. Really a vibrant looking Doctor Strange. And little whites in the sides of his hair. I love his mustache. Nice looking figure. Might be my favorite so far from this. Now we've granted only looked at 4 figures so far. So let's see if we can get ourselves an Iron Spider. He is really the one, if you ask me, he's the one to get from this set. Now mileage may vary. You might, for example, think to yourself, I really want to get Baron Zemo, because Baron Zemo looks pretty cool. I always liked the look of him because it looked like he wore a sock, just a big giant sock for his mask. He's got his little sword in hand. Even little Z's on the sides. Nice touch, I like that. But you can kind of see where everything comes together on these Monogram pieces, that they're not necessarily one piece that gets painted. It looks like they're actually sectional pieces that all come together to make the one giant key ring. So everything kind of looks from a quality level. There's no paint splattering, there's no paint imperfections. It's a very clean, pristine looking collectible. I might even say this one might be my favorite. I'm holding out for the Iron Spider. Let's see if we can maybe get him in the next bag. I've lost track of how many this is. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 8th bag. And inside the 8th bag, it appears we've got ourselves another... Oh, no we don't. We have the variant. No we don't. That is Quake. What was the other one I grabbed? Oh no, my mistake. This is Quake. This is Jessica Jones. I was going to say that doesn't quite look like Quake. Similar kind of hairstyle. This is Jessica Jones. This one here is Quake. My apologies. The hair is slightly similar. Lighter, slightly lighter brown to the darker brown. I do apologize. Here is Quake. Here is Jessica Jones. Now we got to square that away. Like the leaping pose of this particular one here. Yeah, somebody down below, I'm sure, has already put in the comment section, that's not Quake, that's Jessica Jones. Yes, that was Jessica Jones. There is Quake. Another new figure to add to the mix. Let's just do a quick tally, shall we? So we did get Doctor Strange. Deathlock we didn't get yet. A Baron Zemo we did get. Iron Spider we didn't get. So it's kind of like got, didn't get. Got, didn't get. We did get Jessica Jones and Agent Carter, Quake, Maria Hill, and we didn't get the Kingpin, nor did we get the variants A and B yet. So let's see if we can get those in the next unbaggings. If you also really like these videos, hit it with a like. Let me know down below. I always like reading your comments as well. Next one we have is Iron Spider. This was the one I was really looking forward to getting. There's something about Iron Spider's costume that I dig. I like the robotic, mechanized spider legs that come out from his back. There's a simplicity also to his outfit that I really like. Yellow in his eyes, and then the slight variation, well, considerable variation of spider logo on his chest. His coloring can only be described as almost like a ketchup red mixed in there with some mustard yellows. The only thing missing is relish. Favorite right there, I think is that. That one's my favorite. I feel like my next favorite is Baron Zemo. Well, we're not done yet. We still got to get ourselves a Deathlock. We still got to get a Kingpin. And we still got to get a couple of the exclusives. Well, we can take another one off the list. We managed to get ourselves a Deathlock, which kind of looks very similar to Deadshot, Deathlock's design, I guess. Look at the big giant rifle that's in his hand. Again, these are nice durable rubber, so you don't have anything to worry about. I guess the only one to worry about really is maybe the Agent Carter's Tommy gun, because it's just such a more thinner piece. Maybe not put this one in your pocket, because this could probably warp a little bit moving around in your pocket. But this one shouldn't be any problems whatsoever. I love the little visor on the side of his face. It's clever also how they've taken the Pac-Man logo eye and done it over here where it's the eye behind the visor, so it's a different color. It's a nice touch. Like the coloring too, the red and the blue there. Very nice. And let's see what we got for the next one. Retail price for these, by the way, if you're wondering, they're usually about $6, $7, depending on where you find them. I think the comic book store that I go to, I want to say charges about $5 something for them. I may or may not be correct by that. The next one we have is another Maria Hill, which we've already picked up. I mean, these are no slouch figures either, even though I really like and move towards like the Iron Spiders, the Dr. Fates, the Doctor Strange, I should say, and even Zemo. Like, even these ones here have notable personality to them that I really do appreciate. I like the little short hair there. I like the outfit on Hill here, Maria Hill. Okay, we'll put her over there. Still more to go through. We're still being eluded by the exclusive A and exclusive B. Still don't have a Kingpin yet, but we did manage to get all the top run and all of these minus these three here. So let's see if we can get those. Well, we didn't get it in this bag. This particular bag has another Doctor Strange. They could also think to maybe future waves, giving us a slight translucent Doctor Strange, kind of like where he's materializing. I think that would be kind of neat. Here's a question I could ask you guys while we're unboxing these. What figures or what series would you like to see Monogram tackle? Now, they're already doing a horror wave, which I'm really looking forward to looking at those. They've done the Gremlins, but like what is some of the really cool, just anything you can think of? What is one wave or franchise that you'd like to see Monogram tackle? Here's a strange one. I wouldn't mind seeing them do the Flintstones. The Flintstones. I know, that's just the strange one. Or maybe a Hanna-Barbera collection would be kind of cool too. Another Maria Hill to be added to the collection. A couple of questions I usually get for these unboxings is because I'm looking at an entire box, what do I do with all the extras in there? Like, do you have a place for these? Generally, what I usually do is I'll collect one of everything. You know, so like Baron Zemo, I got 2 Baron Zemos now. There is 1, there's 2. So what do I do with the second one? Well, I normally keep a whole wave, and I try to display them, but a lot of times I put them in containers because, you know, I have so many of these. And generally the other ones I usually give to friends' kids who they do enjoy when I visit, because I usually bring like some Monogram goodies with me. And it's fun because I kind of just bring like a container and I say, like, you know, here you go, guys. And they just, you can just see that they're like, they flock to them like seagulls with food crumbs. They flock to them, and you can see them rummaging around, big smiles on their faces, picking out the figures that they like. And so I do really like, I like doing that. I like sharing these with younger kids and just seeing their faces light up. A lot of kids really like the Monogram stuff just because of First of all, they're simplistic in their design. They're kind of like a more basic version of, here is the, for example, the exclusive. This is the exclusive A, the yellow costumed Daredevil. But they're also tough, they're rugged, so I mean kids can be a little rougher with these versus like if it was plastic. I like the coloring here on this one. This might possibly make my top 3 from this wave. Complete with his Billy Club extended out here. The D on down below. Yeah, I really like this one a lot. I wonder if it actually makes use of the exact same Daredevil mold that we got with the red costumed Daredevil that we looked at in a previous video. A previous video? Yeah. Go back and check the playlist. There's, I want to say I've at least done 10 unboxings for Monogram. So there's a fair bit to go back to. And again, I always like when you guys go back to the older videos and comment in them, because it shows me that you guys are still kind of going back, watching the older videos above and beyond just the new stuff that you're seeing on the channel. Got ourselves another Iron Spider, which I'm sure will make one little boy happy. I will keep one for myself, and I will give one to him, because he's a big Spider-Man fan. Big believer of sharing. That's one thing that, you know, if you are collecting these for yourself, if you have extras, give them to like a little kid that's going to get a blast out of these. Speaking of blast, and probably not the greatest of comparisons, we have ourselves another Deathlock. That would be Deathlock, by the way. Deathlock L-O-K. I think it's L-O-K. It's not L-O-C-K. Yeah, L-O-K. Deathlock. That was always one thing that threw me off when I was trying to spell Deathlock as a kid. I used to have a lot of his comics. I always forgot that there was no C. Spelling would teach you that there's supposed to be a C in there. Deathlock, on the other hand, would teach you that there's no such thing as a C. We have ourselves another. This is another Quake. Originally thinking Jessica Jones. I was wrong. I know, I'm so wrong. Another Quake, which I think gives us now 2 Quakes. Give or take most of these figures, other than like the Agent Carter, we've gotten about 2 per. I think Maria Hill, we might have gotten another one too. And we have another Jessica Jones. So sorry, Jessica. Here I am calling you Quake. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Another Quake we can add to our collection here. And opening up the next bag. Let's see which one we have. What one are we missing? Well, we are missing a Kingpin, which we managed to get right here. And I'm looking at the back, comparing it to the figure. Yes, it does look like it's the same one. It's not the variant. I wonder if the variant's just going to be a silver or gold, which is something that Monogram has done with other pieces as well. If you get like the same figure, they give you a variant where it's like a all silver or all gold. And I think Kingpin would fit perfectly in a gold motif. We are coming down to the wire. I think there's, let's have a look here. Peeking it quickly. I think there's only about 3 bags left. Still, oh, and speaking of, I was wrong. It was not a gold nor a silver. It's a Kingpin in gold in his black tuxedo or black suit. There he is next to the other one. So it looks like he has like a diamond for a cane, the top of his cane. Here it looks more like a ruby. The face sculpts are exactly the same. The body sculpts are also exactly the same. But you can see that there's a variation of the coloring between the suit here and the suit here. Okay. And let's have a look at bag, third last bag. By this point, I think we've got the entire set as we open up and reveal another Jessica Jones. Let's do a quick look. Yes, 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 and yes. And I don't think we're probably going to get any more of the exclusive A's or B's. Those likely, generally they're 1 per case. At least that's what I've noticed. They're usually a 1 per case. So yes, they might be a little bit more scarce to come across. But you can see that you still managed to get at least 2 of every figure in this wave. Another Kingpin. Regular white suited Kingpin. And lastly, the final bag. We have, any ideas? It turns out to be another Kingpin. And right there. Not a bad looking wave, actually, all in all. I think my favorites, let's pull these out right now. I'm looking for him. There he is. I think my favorite might be, well, I think my favorite is Iron Spider by far. He's my #1 favorite. Number 2, I would have to say, is Sockface here, Baron Zemo. And my third favorite is the variant Daredevil, which I really dig the yellow and the brown there. Turned out really nice. What is your favorites from this? You know what, give me your top 3 favorites from this particular wave and let me know down below. Today, though, we were checking out yet another uncasing, as this was the uncasing for the Monogram International. This was the Marvel Collector's Keyrings Series 8. Not a bad list of characters. No Iron, no regular Spider-Man, I would say. No Captain America, no Iron Man. But what you did get, though, was some nice, interesting characters on the sides where you're like, wow, a Deathlock, and he has no C. No, he has no C whatsoever. Doctor Strange also was a nice touch. And yeah, again, my favorites, those 3 right there. If you guys haven't had a chance to subscribe to this channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that little subscribe button now. You're good to go. Don't also forget to head over to www.monogramdirect.com. You can check out the other keyrings that they have available. And again, let me know down below, what future franchises would you love to see Monogram International tackle? You know, I would love to see maybe a Hanna-Barbera collection featuring likes of a Yogi Bear, maybe like the Flintstones, the Jetsons. Those would be kind of neat to get. And I wouldn't mind also seeing Looney Tunes, which I don't think they've actually tackled yet, but a Looney Tunes with a Marvin the Martian I think would be very, very cool. As always, guys, 20 minutes after starting this video, we've now wrapped up another Monogram unboxing. As always, guys, thanks for watching, as you always do. It really means. And again, if you get a chance, go back and check out those other previous Monogram International unboxings and comment in those videos as well, because I always like going back and seeing that you guys are commenting on the older videos shows me that you guys are still watching the older stuff as well. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.